What's up, guys? King of Night, it's about time Turk with another Final Fantasy fan theory, or should I say me pegging back in on Final Fantasy Peasant again. But no, just kidding. This is also brought to you by Fuji-san, Sushi, Yu-Gi-Oh, what's it called? Duelist Pack, Duelist Pack, Dimensional Guardians, and Sony, obviously. And that's pretty much just it. And also, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. Think Geek. Alright, let's get started. Now, I've watched Final Fantasy Peasant's video on... Also, this is also brought to you by... Sorry, Night Load workout gloves. This will get you in shape so you can look like me. But also, let's get on to it. Pretty much, I watched Final Fantasy Peasant's video about Aranea being possibly Ardyn. Now, I think in the beginning, and this is my thoughts on this on episode Prompto. In the beginning, I think it's a lot possible that I think Ardyn started taking the form of Aranea during the camp scene. Now, here is exactly why I think that. Here's exactly why I think that's possible. I think that's possible during the fact that when you see Prompto walking away, you do notice Ardyn is right up there doing the Final Fantasy, humming the Final Fantasy fanfare, looking at Prompto with an evil smirk like he always got. So I think maybe I know it sounds crazy because Verstel is Ardyn's best friend, but Ardyn is such a snake. He'd kill his best friend in order to become the Ascended King. He doesn't really care about anybody. Remember, he manipulated Immotallis. He manipulated Immotallis to do the will of what Ardyn wanted. He's on his own side. He's not really on the side of the Niflheim Empire. He's on his own side. He manipulates the Empire. So I think it's possible Aranea or Ardyn, since Ardyn could switch places. I think it's very possible that Aranea at the end could be Ardyn. Because you do see that cutscene where you see Ardyn. And then the fact that both Ardyn and Aranea are in this full episode. Now, don't get me wrong. Ardyn could go anywhere. Ardyn has the power. He's the power of the Scourge. And if Verstel would have noticed that was not Ardyn, I'm pretty sure Verstel is smart enough to know the real Ardyn and not. So, I think it's very possible that, Verstel Bestithia, I can't pronounce his last name really good. I can't. He would know that that was a fake. So that was Ardyn that was in there all this time. Now, it's very convenient that Aranea shows up after Prompto kills the human form of Verstel, his dad. Which is very peculiar, but it's not impossible to think that Ardyn would not betray his best friends to get what he wanted. Remember what Gladiolus said at the end when he had to fight Ardyn. Spite is all what kept him alive. So, Ardyn was so bad to get revenge on the Lucius Caeliums, he'd betray and backstab his own friends. So he would disguise himself as Aranea in a way that not even Verstel would be able to tell the difference. Thus, Aranea or Ardyn helps out Prompto. Remember, Ardyn does help out his enemies. He has give Ignis and Gladiolus their weapons back during the chapter 13 verse 2. And he's helped Noctis to get, help Noctis to get his crystal just so Noctis can complete the ring form. Remember, Ardyn has a goal in mind. That's why he didn't kill Prompto. And not only that, Ardyn is very sinister. It'd be just too easy to kill somebody and then just put an end to that. Ardyn likes to see his enemies suffer the worst. That's why Ardyn was playing with the dead bodies of everyone Noctis knew. Only two people that he never met was Nyx Ulrich or Idolus Autocrat, but I guess since those two are kind of a challenge to his power, is to show an example. But Ardyn likes to see his victims suffer. He doesn't just end up straight up killing someone. He likes to see emotional turmoil and chaos. Remember, Ardyn is a huge troll. If I could compare it to a villain in a movie, he's like the Dark Knight's version of the Joker. He just wants to see chaos. But Ardyn has a purpose for that chaos. Ardyn wants revenge. So, of course, he would help out Prompto. Now, Prompto would not accept his help as regular Ardyn, because let's be honest. I mean, after everything that's happened, like I said, you've seen Prompto point a gun at Ardyn. And then Ardyn's like, no bloodshed's allowed in here. You know, nobody likes Ardyn. Everybody hates Ardyn, but if Ardyn could use his powers to turn to someone else, which I like this theory, though, quite honestly, I wouldn't put my full investment in this, but if this was completely valid, let's just say this is valid, let's just pretend that Final Fantasy Peasant, it was right. It would have to be, for me, it would have to be the ending. It would have to be the ending, because Ardyn hums the fanfare. Not only Ardyn hums the fanfare, but the fact is, next time you see Prompto bruised up with a cut on his forehead and stuff like that, tied up and crucified. The next time you see him, which is in Gralia, crucified on that metal stake, is the next time you see Prompto. So, what could this possibly mean? It could mean maybe Aranea left. And maybe when you go to that one, what is it called? That rendezvous point, maybe Ardyn has defeated Aranea. But Aranea is not dead, because you do hear of her in chapter 14. But she's beat up somewhere else. So Ardyn takes the form of her. Remember, Ardyn has the power to take forms of anybody. That's the scary part of Ardyn as well. Remember, he took the form of Noctis and cut Ravus' arm off, technically killing Ravus, because Ravus was doing a little bit alright, even after losing to Idolus. He just was extremely weak. Like, he couldn't, like it was hard for him to even breathe because of the powerful attack Idolus sent to Ravus. But Ravus was still alive until Ardyn disguised himself as Noctis and cut off Ravus' arm. Now, I think it's possible that Aranea would get knocked out. At least probably hurt pretty badly like Ravus, except the difference is Ardyn probably thought Aranea is dead, but not, because you do hear of her in chapter 14. So what I think is possible is he took the form of her just to help Prompto out. Yes, and I know it sounds crazy because Verstel is Ardyn's best friend, and they both plan the whole thing together, even behind Idolus' back, even behind Aldercrap's back. It's 100% possible he would. Remember, Ardyn, don't mess with Ardyn. That's why I said Ardyn is the most terrifying Final Fantasy villain. In fact, I think he's scarier than Kefka, because I really didn't much like Kefka. Yeah, Kefka destroyed the world. I'm not going to take points off Kefka, but Ardyn could turn into your best friends without you knowing about it. And Ardyn does not like to kill right away. He loves to savor the chaos and turmoil of his victims. And I'm pretty sure that would explain why Aranea was flirty to Prompto. Probably to build Prompto up. Remember, Ardyn is a fucked up troll. Ardyn loves to see turmoil and chaos. And that's not only to the Lucius Kylan family, but to anyone aiding the Lucius Kylan family. Anyone aiding them. That also would include the Orbenbright, as even the other people like Orbenbrights as well. It's Aranea as part of the Orbenbrights. He would cause that's probably, and Ardyn could have been the one to talk Verstel into doing all this stuff in the first place, thus betraying the Orbenbright clans, to join the Nephilim Empire. Who knows? But nonetheless, Ardyn's powers are the most terrifying because he could turn to anybody. And not only that, he could be them. It's not like it was Genova where you could see green eyes or something like that inside somebody. No, Ardyn could turn into someone and take their memories and everything. You couldn't even tell. Your girlfriend could be Ardyn. Your cat could be Ardyn. You don't even know. So I think it's possible. I give this fan theory a high rating because it's very possible. And Aranea was unbelievably flirty. Not saying it's true, but if it were to be true, it'd be closer to the end. I think that's when it would actually happen. So tell me what you think. Oh yeah, you can't tell me because I'm disabling comments. So just share this theory if you like it. May the crystal be with you. And guys, have a nice day.